Welcome to Vsb News Online for Monday, August 31st. I'm Peter Cattell. Regretfully, it is our job to inform you after more than 3 decades of supplying the Bermuda community with radio and television broadcasting, DeFonts Broadcasting Company will cease operations effective September 30th, 2015. Some 19 staff, 5 of whom are full-time, and 14 subcontractors and freelance staff will be affected. Explaining his decision to the staff today, President of the company, Kenneth DeFonts, said that the broadcasting landscape had changed dramatically in recent years with the creation of so much competition that it had become impossible to operate successfully. Earlier this year, he closed Channel 11 television, and on September 30th, all radio stations and the online news program will cease. In other news, police rushed to Eastdale Lane in Warwick this afternoon and cordoned off a house where a man, believed to be armed with a bladed article, had barricaded himself inside. Dwayne Keynes, Police Media Relations Director, was on the scene and takes up the story.
At about 1:25 p.m., police responded to a report of an incident that took place on Eastdale Lane in Warwick. It appears that a man presently is barricaded inside of his house. Now, he has what appears to be a bladed article. Police have the area cordoned off with specific officers from our ERT unit, and we have a police negotiator on scene. We will then update the media as more information makes itself available. We do have trained negotiators within the Bermuda Police Service, and at present, one is in place, and she's working with the relevant governmental agencies, and they're processing the scene and working with the individual as we speak. Right now, it's a very active scene. We have a man who's at risk. We actually have officers that are surrounded the house. We have an officer who's trained in negotiation. They're processing the scene, working with the individual, and we're prepared for one of whatever eventuality exists. We have an officer on scene who's processing it, and we will deal with the situation as it unfolds.
Veteran California Gaming Commissioner Richard Schutz has accepted the post of Executive Director of the Bermuda Casino Gaming Commission and starts work tomorrow. Mr. Schutz, who has worked as a senior executive in the gaming markets of several of the leading U.S. cities, has lectured widely on the subject of gaming, regulation, and casino marketing. Bermuda Commission Chairman Alan Dunch said that his experience as both a casino operator and as a regulator made him ideally suited to give the Bermuda casino operations a high degree of integrity. It is estimated by the World Health Organization that 1 in 4 people may experience some kind of mental health disability in their lifetime. And yet, Bermuda's Human Rights Act does not include any protection for its residents on the grounds of mental health. The Human Rights Commission said today that mental health has been missing from the Act since it was enacted 34 years ago, and the time has come to correct a glaring omission. Brian Darby has the Commission's statement.
The Human Rights Commission says it is pleased to join forces with a variety of mental health advocates to call for the addition of mental health as a protected ground. As part of the Commissioner's ongoing lobbying efforts, the Commission has submitted a definition of mental health to the government to expand protection by including intellectual, developmental, and psychological impairments. The chairman of the Human Rights Commission, Michael Hansen, participated in a panel discussion in March of this year hosted by the Bermuda Mental Health Foundation as part of the Rethink Mental Health campaign, and the urgency of amending the Act to include mental health was reinforced by each of the mental health experts and advocates present. The Commission says that even with suitable treatments, nearly 2/3 of people with a known mental disorder never seek help for a health professional, and stigma, discrimination, and neglect all contribute to preventing care and treatment from reaching people with mental disorders. It is a self-perpetuating cycle, they say, and it's extremely concerning that Bermuda faces such a problem in 2015. It is all but impossible to increase awareness and advocate for open and honest dialogue and to face these challenges when there remains a fear of being discriminated against should they be raised. The Bermuda Mental Health Foundation is offering another educational seminar as part of their Rethink Mental Health campaign on the 10th of September at the Earl Cameron Theatre, beginning at 6 p.m. Meanwhile, the commissioners look forward to working with the government, opposition members and dedicated partner agencies and stakeholders to ensure that the appropriate focus and attention is given to advancing this legislative amendment and related support services to meet the needs of Bermuda's community. Brian Darby reporting for Vsb News.
What began 3 years ago as free haircuts for young boys heading back to school has morphed into a back-to-school extravaganza this Thursday at the St. Paul AME Centennial Hall, when schoolboys and girls will derive benefits from organizations designed to improve their outer as well as inner being. Destiny Keynes, administrator of the program, Michael Chamberlain of 5 Star Barbershop, and Shonita Simmons of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority speak to the whole theme of giving back.
Although they will be getting haircuts and the hair braiding and they will be getting the back-to-school supplies, I do think that it's very important that they listen to the speakers that are going to be here. A lot of the motivational speakers that we have that are coming out, they are people who are from our community who might have benefited from something like this 20 years ago, that are now, movers and shakers in our community, and I think it's important for our young people to see that.
Now, I was talking to a lady earlier, there's a lot of attention being paid to the cosmetic.
Yes.
What about the internals, conduct for the boys, how they treat women? Is all that included in this extravaganza?
Yes, definitely. We do believe that while the exterior is important, we do believe that the interior is important as well. So while the students will be getting their hair braided and their haircuts, like we said, the motivational speakers will be here to remind the young men that it's important for them to open up the doors for the young ladies. And, it's important for the young ladies to know that even though I do look good, I also need to have a positive attitude. I also need to be nice to the young men that I'm going to school with. So we're trying to cover the entire, the complete circle of the young man and the young woman in our community.
I grew up in our community. We're rough. I grew up rough, very, very rough, right? And I see kids, enough young youth, unhappy because there is no one there for them, okay? And I come Bermuda and God put me in a this position. I'm here 10 years now. And the people of Bermuda, the kids and the uncle, the fathers, mothers, whatever, support me. And to me, it's one way to pay them back. It's like give back something to them. I don't have no money to give to them. So I use my brains and say, the one thing I can do, I have 5 barbers, 5 of us. And I talk to the 4 barbers, include myself, and so we're going to do something for the community. And them say, what is it? And so we're going to give back free haircut all day.
We are offering our Ascend program, which focuses on young ladies in particular, but also young men, where we go more in depth, where we talk about etiquette and self-awareness and self-reliance and those types of issues. And we'll be here with some of our members from that particular committee that will be focusing on those inner beauty aspects.
So then the focus is not entirely on the cosmetic?
Oh, absolutely not. We want to send back a child, a young girl in particular, the whole package. We want to make sure her inside is as beautiful as her outside. So we want to be able to, it's going to be a short time period, but we can, touch as many as we possibly can.
Now, this is the 3rd year of this event. What would you like to see come out of this?
I would like to see more community participation. This is started out as something very small, and it has grown progressively. And I think the more people see the impact that they have once they participate, I think the more participation from our corporate sponsors, our local community groups, they'll be more inclined to be a part of it.
And we'll be back with more news right after this.
The Marketplace Food Court is you and your family's one-stop shop. Start your day at the breakfast bar with omelets made to order and traditional Bermuda codfish breakfast. The chefs will cook lunch and dinner to your liking. Along with the salad bar, sandwich bar, sushi bar, and fruit bar, the Marketplace Food Court is your kitchen away from home. Every day is hassle-free with nutritious meals from the Marketplace Food Court. Visit us 7 days a week. Homemade cooking, quality service, all at prices you can count on.
Vsb News has received calls from residents who suspected inmates were helping with the vegetation cutback program. A call to the Department of Corrections produced a statement which said that, as a matter of course, inmates are used for a variety of community service and charity work projects across the island throughout the year. Road cleaning and tree clearing are two examples of this community service. Inmates receive no remuneration for their labor, but this service is part of the Department of Corrections' ongoing and thriving Give Back program. There should be a great deal more to the gala concert that is being lined up for October than the appearance of Shaggy and Maxi Priest, if plans being followed by the organizers of the America's Cup World Series bear fruit. Vsb News understands that the concert would take place at the Royal Naval Dockyard. Part of the deal struck with Bermuda by the America's Cup Authority is to have a major concert event at each of the regattas to be held in 2015, 2016, and 2017. Although the Bermuda Tourism Authority does not appear to think so, the annual Bermuda Sand Sculpture Competition, now in its 20th year, has taken on something of a cultural appeal to locals and visitors alike. The BTA has rejected a funding request, but fortunately the Department of Youth, Sport and Recreation is sponsoring workshops by Hannah Emerson this Thursday and Friday at 6 p.m. at Horseshoe Bay. Founder Nikki Correa says she is looking forward to another eye-catching contest.
This is the 20th, which is a milestone. I think that means that the Bermuda Sand Sculpture Competition is now a cultural event. I think after 20 years we've come of age, that's right. And we've had many families do it over the years and say what wonderful memories it's been for them and their family to have partaken in it, to have come down and seen the sand sculptures. People are amazed by them. Hannah, as you just seen, has won it a few times, and she started off just competing and now is helping out and being part of the council for this competition.
She'll be our teaching star this year. You're not bringing anyone in from overseas?
No, we don't need to bring anybody from overseas now. We have our own person here who has taught this for volunteers her time, just as several people do for this competition. It's just made out of volunteers and who want to make the day a wonderful day for families and people and to enjoy the most beautiful beach we have in Bermuda.
Has the BTA given you support?
No, they have not given us support. They have other things that they are supporting, but they don't support this event. Yeah.
Publicity-wise, it'd be helpful.
It'd be helpful in many ways, but they choose to do other things.
And now we turn to Earl Baisden with the latest from the sports desk.
Tyler Butterfield finished 9th in the Ironman 70.3 World Championships in Austria yesterday, while his wife, Nikki Butterfield, finished 348th and was the 17th female finisher. Tyler Butterfield crossed the line in a time of 3 hours, 58 minutes and 44 seconds. He clocked 24:05 during the swim course, and then he clocked 2 hours, 13 minutes and 48 seconds on the bike course before recording a time of 1 hour, 17 minutes and 19 seconds on the run course. The 2015 World Optimist Championships continued in Poland, with conditions being very light and fluky, leaving 275 sailors, coaches, and organizers very frustrated. With only 4 races completed in 4 days, the situation resembles the last 3 World Championships, where only 9 races in total were able to be sailed, and with 3 sailing days remaining, this can end up the same way. Tate Stefanuk is in 126th with 136 points. Stefanuk had finishes of 59th, 25th, 20th, and 32nd. Michael Rayner is in 199th with 187 points. Campbell Patton is in 205th with 190 points, while Camille Chin-Gueret is in 231st with 212 points. Luke Medeiros is 233rd with 216 points. Meanwhile, the second Louis Vuitton America's Cup World Series event has concluded on the waters of Gothenburg, Sweden. And the water settled, Dean Barker and his Emirates team, New Zealand, are the overall points leaders with 72 points. Ben Ainsley and Land Rover BAR are in second with 65 points, while Orco Team USA with James Spithill at the helm is 1 point back. SoftBank Team Japan are in fourth with 56 points, Artemis have 53, and Groupama Team France have 50. While Cleveland County have retained the Eastern County Cup competition trophy after a drawn match at Lords and St. David's on Saturday. Winning the toss, Cleveland sent St. David's to bat, and St. David scored 239 for 7. Declared. O.J. Pitcher was the top scorer with 93, while Shea Pitcher added 50. The pair put on a 120-run fourth-wicket partnership. Deion Stovall was the pick of the Cleveland County Bowlers, returning figures of 12 overs, 2 maidens, 2 for 46. In reply, Cleveland County scored 142 for 6 in 59 overs. Michelle Painter was their top scorer with 35, while Deion Stovall scored 29, not out. Chris Douglas was the pick of the St. David's Cricket Club Bowlers with 8 overs, 2 maidens, 2 for 32. Yesterday in Premier Division action, Cleveland County defeated Southampton Rangers by 10 runs. At the Wellington Oval, a total of 470 runs were scored, with 18 wickets falling. Batting first, Eastern County Cup champions Cleveland scored 240 for 8 in their allotted 50 overs. Treadwell Gibbons was the top scorer with 100 not out, while Alan Douglas Jr. added 66. Gennaro Tucker was the pick of the Southampton Rangers bowlers with figures of 10 overs, 3 maidens, 3 for 16. In reply, Southampton Rangers were bowled out for 230. Derek Bringman was the top scorer with 50, while Curtis Jackson added 44. Detroit Smith led the Cleveland County bowling attack with figures of 10 overs, 1 maiden, 4 for 52. Meanwhile, in sadder news, the match between Bailey's Bay and Somerset Cricket Club was abandoned after Somerset Cricket Club players reported to the umpires they only had 1 cricket ball and could not continue after Malachi Jones had hit a 6. St. David's forfeited their match against Flats Victoria. On Saturday, the match between Willowcotts and Southampton Rangers was abandoned after fans started fighting and spilled onto the pitch. The lone First Division match of the weekend saw Devonshire Recreation Club defeat the Under-18 national team by 8 wickets. The Bermuda Bicycle Association's road race season continued with the Tokyo Long Course Time Trial. Junior male 15 to 16 rider Matthew Oliveira recorded the fastest time of the two-leap course in a time of 48:06.3. Anthony Bartley was the first open male rider and second overall in a time of 48:09. Jeff Smith recorded the fastest male veteran time of 51 flat. Karen Smith was the first female veteran across the line, clocking 56:34.8, finishing 17th overall, while Martina Olasaki-Bell recorded the fastest female open time of 58:22.8. And Cassandra McPhee was the first junior female 15 to 16 finisher, clocking a time of 105:40.4. ONC Sailing Challenger 2 had a good day as the St. George's Dinghy and Sports Club hosted dinghy racing in the St. George's Harbor yesterday. Challenger 2 won the E.R. Williams Cup and the Middleton Shield races, while Peter Miller at the helm of Contest 3 won the Masters Cup race. In the E.R. Williams Cup, Challenger 2 finished first, Contest 3 finished second, Victory 4 finished third, and Elizabeth 2 finished fourth. In the Middleton Shield race, Challenger again took the checkered flag, with Elizabeth 2 finishing second, Contest 3 finishing third, and Victory 4 finishing in fourth. The Masters Cup saw Contest 3 win, with Challenger 2 second, Elizabeth 2 third, and Victory 4 in fourth. Robin Hood are the North Village Community Club Charlie Emery Memorial Trophy champions for 2015. This after they defeated the North Village Rams 3-2. Robin Hood got single goals from Trey Dill, Antoine Russell, and Shannon Burchell, while the North Village Rams got a single strike from Jason Lee, who converted from the penalty spot, and Caston Lewis, who scored the other. In the opening match, the Devonshire Colts defeated Hamilton Parish 5-3. Dutch winger Trenon Cherry proved that there may be life at Queen's Park Rangers promotion challenge without their big-name stars after a 1-0 win at McKee Wells and his Huddersfield Town teammates. Meanwhile, Two goals from Matthew Green saw Reggie Lamb and his Mansfield Town teammates record a 2-1 win over York City. The Coppertone Beach Volleyball Tournament took place at the Horseshoe Bay Beach. The tournament saw 4 divisions, which included men's and women's 2s and men's and women's 4s. Serves You Right won the women's 2 title, while Bump, Set, and Psych won the men's 2 title. The women's 4 title was captured by Smack That, and the men's 4 winners were the Cooters. I'm Earl Baston reporting for VSB Sports.
Looking at the weather for Tuesday, September 1st, there will be a mix of sun and cloud with a shower or 2 overnight. Winds will be northwesterly and moderate. We are expecting a high near 84 Fahrenheit and a low near 78 Fahrenheit. This weather forecast is courtesy of the Bermuda Weather Service. Thank you for watching VSB News Online for Monday, August 31st. I'm Peter Cattell.